Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball shot. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast, the show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. I am Benton, along with the family. George, how you doing, family?
Well, I sing a song still, but we'll see Antonio picture up. But I won't ever crack any joke, so I soon crack the joke. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well, nice to see you again, family. Hopefully you have a wonderful week. Pick up yourself.
That dumb question. Hopefully you have a wonderful week. Does it look like I had a wonderful week, sir?
Okay. Big up to all listeners. Salute to all the Ball Chat family. Big up to Fabi Frano running. The man said not my weight. Fabi Frano says bug Tottenham. You know, weight. Big up Fabi Frano. Sit out the ballers and bugs. Football family, welcome to the show. We always appreciate the family. Respect to welcome to the new listeners, new subscribers to the Ball Chat family. We see a few new subscribers coming in, so welcome to the group. Yo,
I bet that real quick.
Yeah.
I big up Fabi Frano, El Pistolero. I don't know, like we did one time with another member of the family, that went through unfortunate loss. But I really want to load up the person's name, but we understand that we as a group, as a community, and as a network, to let people know a little bit early, hint, as a network that we are together and we support each other, right? So anytime somebody as a part of our unit experience loss, we always put out our heartfelt condolences to that person. So El Pistolero, Fabi Frano, you might have got through it a little bit still. You don't know our heartfelt. I meant to get caught off guard. I never even meant to know that, but we'll follow each other on Instagram and things. So we see the post. So I just send out a blessing your way. See what I say?
Yeah, man. Salute to the family. Fully support the family, El Pistolero and entire Ball Chat family. You don't know, whatever we are charged to as a community, we chat together and support one another. You don't know. But again, big up to our listeners, big up to all the new subscribers, and but I'm gonna say a thing, Junior, regarding something else. But yeah, rum cake. This is the season for the rum cake, Junior. We know say he's a rum cake baker, so all the small business rum cake producers, the mom and pops who are sell rum cake, and you want, get some promo from Ball Chat, free promo. Drop the links, drop the contact info. We'll push and we'll probably buy some of the rum cake, and I personally will sample some of it. Because it's rum cake season, so. And for the non-Americans, Junior, and non-Jamaicans, what you call rum cake? Talk to the people, them. They are the chef.
Well. I'm big up to all our Bahamian friends. What Bahamians call rum cake and what Jamaicans call rum cake is two different cake. I learned that the hard way when I went to Bahamas for my honeymoon. I was so disappointed. But Bahamas feel big up. But rum cake, I just rum-infused cake. Rum-infused, what we call it, meal or fruits that they use and bake a cake. So it's around Christmas time, and it's the nicest time, nice cake, and what do we call it? Brown cake? That's another name for it, right?
We just know it as rum cake. We don't have the other name for it. We just know it as. If people have other names for rum cake,
Christmas cake.
Alright, send them on. But ultimately, if you know someone selling rum cakes, and you want to give them a promo on Ball Chat, drop the contacts, drop the info. We'll go ahead and spread them and the address, so we can go forth and order some cakes in the winter. Yeah. So that's a Christmas vibes, festive football show. BM running in, big up BM. BM says, "Bug, if people them can't start off with some ballers, why I just bug of the week? We are start with some positive vibes. But in order, let's pivot to the football show. As Junior, we have to start with Mikel Antonio, West Ham striker, update on his condition. Of course, Mikel Antonio was unfortunately in an accident. Saw an image of the alleged car. I haven't really confirmed if it's a car or not, but if that is really the car, boy, Jaja, we're glad to say he's alive. West Ham has subsequently put out a statement that he underwent lower limb surgery to repair a fracture, and they will update us in due course. Junior, we have said him on all right, brother. At least him alive.
Yes, yeah. And you know, Balcha, we try to stay. Balcha is a news show that gives opinion based news, opinion based on the facts. So I don't want to spread anything when we hear, but based on the official report, yes, let's just hope for a full recovery and a return to some form of norm. I'd say. I'm just put it that way.
Yeah, man. 100% glad we can pull up the official statement that West Ham Football Club put out, because we don't really want to read too much into anything. We just have focus on the official sources, you know. West Ham United can confirm Antonio underwent surgery, lower limb fracture following a road traffic accident on Saturday. Michael will continue to be monitored in the hospital over the coming days, and went on to thank the people and blah blah blah, and the club will provide further updates when appropriate. So Mikel Antonio, we're just glad to see the man all right, and we're not going to speculate on the severity of the injuries. So we just hope that the man all right and just wait to go on.
Yeah. And big up to BM. Or you said BM says that ball of the week, Bunny Shaw. She scored a brace this weekend against Tottenham. I can give her a baller every week. And big up to Dalton. Dalton says Hillman's ball chat. Ballers, Big Bad Bunny Shaw, Chelsea and Leicester. And BM says if Bunny wants to win titles, I don't think she should remain at City. Hot take. If Bunny Shaw wants to win titles,
we have to circle the one then a little bit, because I blatantly disagree with that. Where should we go? Itch up over Chelsea? But this is another update and just get the news, follow up on Eduardo Bove's situation. Of course, Eduardo sadly, unfortunately collapsed during the game last week between Fiorentina and Inter Milan. There are reports that he's improving and he's scheduled to have a defibrillator, pacemaker installed in his heart, an internal defibrillator implant. According to Goal TV, Junior, again, the man is alive, and that is life is always to me Trump.
And the beauty of football, and why we love the sport and why we have a show like this and why people support the show. Danilo Cataldi, big baller. Big baller of the week, baller of the month. He's a Fiorentina player, and he texted Bove and saying that he's going to score a goal and dedicate to him. And what did he do today for Fiorentina? Scored a goal, and that was the one goal in the game as Fiorentina won their 8th straight. So I mean, you couldn't. The story writes itself, you know. And anytime if you see me cry, it's not because of Manchester United. It might be, but we just have to hide behind it and say it's because a story like this. So, anyway, but not crying now, because sometimes my tears take a little while to flow. When the tears start flowing later, this is the reason why.
So, some positive updates on those two respective stories. Mikel Antonio underwent surgery. We'll wait to see what happens with Mikel Antonio, but overall, we're glad to say him all right. Glad to say he's in the space where he's can make a full recovery, hopefully, let's see. But ultimately, he's alive. That's the biggest trump. And Eduardo Bove, defibrillator implant is, according to Goal TV, is on the cards. So looking like, we'll see what will happen with his career. But the fact, again, that he's alive, we give thanks, guys. Life is trump all, in my opinion. So get them things out of the way. Those are most important part of football. This weekend's football show out of the way, and then we pivot to the actual play on the field. Junior, we're starting off in the English Premier League, and Chelsea 4-3 victory over Tottenham. 2 goals from man called Ice Cole Palmer, ball of the week youth. One included a Pananka. Junior, Spurs went up 2-0 in the 11th minute. Couldn't hold it.
And it was a good ball game. It was just a good ball game. Maybe because I am angling towards liking what Chelsea is doing. Maybe I can't see it the way how a lot of people see it. Because I understand why a Liverpool fan or an Arsenal fan will be disappointed in Tottenham, because Chelsea is rising, and Chelsea is rising at a rate that a lot of big sides out there are scared. I'm not talking the actual players. I'm talking the fans of those players. They are scared. What Maresca said seems to be coming true when he said we are young enough to be a force for years to come. And
he actually said 5 to 10 years we can actually win titles.
Well,
dominate. I think the word was dominate.
And the early returns are, he seems correct, right?
Yeah, man, hey, Mbosi, man that even win 20 games good one season, and with Chelsea I talk about dominate based on talent. Mbosi.
But you see that boastiness is what runs through the veins of the Chelsea players. So you can't knock it. No, from the other end.
No, I'm not knock him.
But from the other end, though, Tottenham and people who would look at the game and want to be objective or say they are objective as possible, you have to now ask yourself, what's really going on at Tottenham? And this is the same question we probably asked 3-4 coaches ago. What's really going on? Is there something system or endemic or whatever the word is? There is something there that stops Tottenham. And I would even say this that Tottenham is going through has been affecting them since Gary Lineker and Paul Gascoigne had on the white jersey, where Tottenham has always been seen as a cup team. Always. From my years of watching football, I've always heard of Tottenham referred to as a cup team. They will always let it out in the league. And today's game is just exhibit A. How can you be up 2-0 at home in 11 minutes and you lose the game? And is that even like you lose the game in heartbreak fashion? You lose the game. Like there's a this is where we lost the game. No, you lost the game. You can't point to anything, just that Chelsea's a better side.
Yeah, and I think. All right, so Tottenham coming off, we spoke at length, I think, a few weeks ago about just the inconsistencies with Tottenham, right? They excel against Man City, and then, them drop against Ipswich or whomever. And this is something that you and I sometimes we debate maybe on and off internet about whether it's the system, the players. Brother, I basically don't know, and maybe there's a combination of two. Because in one hand, I understand the objective of the system. You're trying to squeeze to recover and convert quickly the opponent. You're trying to recover, press, squeeze, recover the ball quickly and try to trigger an attack and convert goals. Now, the propriety of, you need to have high conversion rate. And if you're not converting at a high rate, you run the risk roundabout because they conceded somewhere in the vicinity of 17 goals. And I think last week we look at the amount of goals Chelsea also conceded so far in the season. And Chelsea conceded 16 goals. And so both teams are close. And we say, boy, basically the way the system they play, they're going to give up goals. What we're seeing with Chelsea now is that there are more pieces in the attacking third that's going to score goals. Whereas for Spurs, it's either for them attacking third pieces now on fire, because I saw Yawd son miss a goal today, which I thought traditionally them man they score them goal. So I say a lot, and I say just in totality, I still believe in Ange system. I know they dropped the game against Bournemouth the other day, and some fans have some colourful things to say about him, and him never backed down from them. He made a rebuttal to the fans. He also said Friday at the pre-match press conference, to paraphrase, the fans them not really support him. They must support him. They asked him whether he concerned about, does he think he have the support of the fans. And him said, brother, fans them not support me, they must support the club. And it's a lot to unpack, but they just need more players to be able to execute, effective players to execute this system. And so my question to you now, until you get the players, do you just continue as plan A or as a system as so forth?
And that's my problem with football today. And I'm trying to figure out who is to blame. Is it the players? Is it the coaches? Is it, I don't know what it is that took away the identity of football. Where the point that I'm making is, you are saying right now, Benta, which is rightfully so, Chelsea and Tottenham, I'm paraphrasing. Chelsea and Tottenham have the same outlook at a football game in terms of the way they approach a game. And I'm talking about in terms of my system, I am going to give up goals. And I understand that, right? But what am I giving up? Or what am I trying to attain by giving up these goal opportunities? Is space, created opportunities, blah, 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 blah. Where have all the coaches gone where you look at a Tony Pulis, and Tony Pulis, you look at Tony, but you know Tony Pulis is saying, I have two big, strong central defenders. They have a brother can put a long throw into the box, and we're going to just head the ball into the goal, and then we're going to lock shot. Right? Or then you talk about a young Jose Mourinho, where we have 11 players defending, we have 11 players attacking at the same time. We have a Conte. You know Fergie's system. Fergie's system is straight counter-attacking, three guys, one per each wing, one down the middle. I'm talking about diversity in football. Players are diverse. Why are we now seeing all these teams trying to play the same system? It feels like it's a race to fit a system, and then you cut down on them available players that can play in said system, and then now the value system go off, and only certain teams can be successful, while certain teams that are not fit to play the system go to the bush. It's crazy to me. It's something that we really have to sit down and think about, because it's just 10, 15 years ago, Premier League, where you say, are just world football, strikers, number 9. And you look at it and say, well, you have Inzaghi, you have Ronaldo, original Ronaldo, you have Thierry Henry, you have just any striker you want to throw. I'm trying to throw different strikers, different
profile,
styles, right?
Yeah.
The reason why we don't have that much strikers right now is because everybody's looking for one type of striker. Filippo Inzaghi could not play football in today's era.
I think he could. I think ballers adapt, Junior. I think goal scorers, because what was Filippo Inzaghi? Filippo Inzaghi was a goal scorer.
He was a goal scorer, but he was perfect for AC Milan.
Yeah, he was perfect for AC Milan at the time. But I think in this era, and in any era for that matter, any man can score a goal or have high conversion rate, will find a way in a system.
Not necessarily.
I'm going to debate this probably off agenda one next year.
Right.
But
Next day, yeah.
but I fundamentally believe that because it takes something special to be a higher probability goal scorer, you know. The right reads, the right runs, and exactly getting there and then set your body the right way without it kind of become afterthought, automatic. One of the main problems what we see with Spurs, you know, is that if imagine you rely on a team of Werner to give you something off the bench. The brother who's a bug. It's me I deal with. So if you and Richarlison is injured and you can't really blame the sort of performances upon Richarlison. It's not like Richarlison is an utter goal scorer. And maybe, like you say, he's not a fit for the system either.
That's it.
It's, but you know, they did went younger. They transferred a few younger players as in Spurs in the summer and spoke about it again this week or at this presser. And you know, the post-match press conference or pre-match press, one of the recent press. And them say, yo, you know, we have a fresh in the squad. It's at the end of the cycle, and we have the system, and the young players that were recruited in the summer are the players who's gonna be injected into the system. Well, right now, brother, them young players that need to start get some minutes in the system because Bissouma, I rate Bissouma, but Bissouma was guilty in that Jadon Sancho goal.
Right.
And I know it's a lot of run. And Bissouma was also guilty on the penalty. So Bissouma is an experienced baller. Me I say Bissouma, come on. Stop the trippiness. So it's almost like in a Spurs setup, the urgency to make a response then lead to a stupid response. Pape Sarr, same foolishness. Cole Palmer is not going anywhere. He's going away from your goal. When you try to force you, where you get the ball, just hold your position and jack it, but penalty. And so those decisions, you can't coach those decisions.
Exactly. You cannot coach it, but the coach can put the player in a position where they are forced to make a decision that they are not used to trying to make.
And so only thing and maybe this is excuse, were these just tired decisions, like the Suma PK pan Casado? Because you're under siege, you can't get hold of the ball, you can't even get the ball if you knock it for a little bit to slow the ball game down. Every minute you turn around, you run back to your goal and try clear. And it's just like, brother, I'm tired.
That's an excuse because we've seen teams go there and park bus and play a full game and do that. And see, that's what Fabi Father said. The Tottenham players them brain fried. I mean, why are we giving players the excuse out? It's 90 minutes, brother. If we can sit down and look, and I know people going to say the speed of the game different when you are there playing it versus when you are there sitting and watching it. But if I am not a professional footballer and I can sit down and watch and say, this is a mistake. These players that live, eat, breathe the game, even if the game is not moving at a fast pace, at some point they must have watched a similar video and think, I will not make that mistake. So why would I put myself in that position right there? Are we taking away the ability to make decisions from the footballers and trying to plug them into a machine? I think that's where the problem is.
No, I don't think we're taking well, at least in the context of Spurs. All right, maybe in a Pep situation we can debate that. But in a context of Spurs, I just think like I've played like basic amateur football, and sometimes you think that your decision now lead to something catastrophic. And when I talk about the goal where Jadon Sancho scored, Jadon Sancho cut in upon him right, and usually you are the CDM. You need to now lock off this shot or force him around. What did Bissouma did? Bissouma just stuck out a leg. And so it's a very lazy approach to business. Because you might think, say, boy, yo, if him take a shot, he probably will go over. Him take a shot, he not go nowhere. So there's a bit of nonchalance in the decision. Probably nonchalance are just, and you're tired already. You say, Bridget, you can't bother if you go over here to go Paris, say, brother. Yeah. Him shot now go nowhere. And then when him score, you say, ratted. Him score to box cover. No. So it's just, it's a tricky scenario, but again, you can't really, that as a professional baller, you can't make them sort of decisions. You're a big man. This is your career. You have to fix up and do better. And that's one of the main issues with Spurs. It's just like,
It's always some brain farts.
yeah, man. It's just yeah. But those three goals given. As for Chelsea, football family, we have a group chat that we just talk football, and the group chat is so festive when Chelsea is doing well, and quite frankly, I enjoy the group chat when Chelsea wasn't doing well, because Chelsea fans them just like Arsenal fans, them just too much, Regent. Junior, Maresca said they're not in the title race, though. Contrary to what the Chelsea group chat people have said.
I mean, if I was Maresca, I would say that too, because Maresca knows that the dip is coming. Eventually, Chelsea is going to have a game where they give up 3 goals and can't score 1. So it is. I think Maresca. Look, we're in such a microwave society right now that we seem to think that at the end of every game, it is the end all be all. There is no tomorrow. It's either you win or you lose, and if you lose to them, the world is coming down and the walls are caving in, and it's problems. But if you win, oh, it's sunshine and roses and ray. Maresca, every coach knows that. Every coach that wants to maintain them job know that they will not go undefeated for their whole career. Nobody would have thought Pep would react the way Pep is reacting right now. That's clear-cut example number 1 right there. The one coach in England who has nothing to worry about getting frazzled right now. Maresca is just preempting it. So when they come after Maresca, they say, look, I told you guys we weren't in a title race. Some of the backside on that top about.
Do you give Cucurella a bug of the week, Junior, with them boots?
I think Cucurella is having fun. And I think Chelsea. Cucurella is the poster child for where Chelsea is right now, because 2 years ago he was a duffier man, and come on and company want to sell him and none of we want to buy him. Like, no, keep him. What you talk about? So as the BMA asks us, come on is in Germany right now. I mean, I tell come on business. Come on, they're Germany. So look by your TV. Wait, I went meant that next week.
Yeah, Aston Villa versus how them a play? Bayern Munich them a play?
Bayern or Dortmund.
Yeah, in a Champions League.
Look by your TV, you might say, come on, but for your TV, I cheer on for Leon Bailey.
No, I think Leon is injured, Junior.
That's the whole joke. That's the whole joke, better. Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, but so that's where we are. So the Chelsea coach knows it is coming.
It's coming, yeah.
Liverpool, and I put it in that same group chat. Liverpool was 2 hours away from we talking about they are possibly sliding. If that game wasn't affected by weather.
The Merseyside derby game?
The last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, Everton was going to put everything on that field. And if Liverpool never win that game, we'll be saying, yo, Liverpool draw 2 games in a row. Is this a slip up? Chelsea is only 1 point or 2 points behind. What's going on? You see what I say? So we live in this microwave society. I want to just take it in strides.
Dalton says Paro and Udegi, Destiny Udegi are not for the system they're trying to play. Yeah, very good attacking players, defensively piss poor. And that's just being mildly. Them don't know what them are do. Fabi Frana says, how am I not in the group chat? Yeah, the football group chat. The last Liverpool fans that were in the group chat take with themselves, when things go sideways. The last Liverpool fans, and I want to say, I must have 3 of them. They all take with themselves when things went sideways. Dealing with Cameroon in that group chat, Liverpool fans don't have a good history. They take with themselves. They can't bother with the stress. So,
yeah, if would ever know, if would ever, boy.
but
so right now, DY is not come on just at 9 right now, man.
Yeah, but congrats to Chelsea. Chelsea is officially back. Credit to Enzo Maresca and the work he is doing with this outfit, with this young unit, keeping people level-headed. He said something about Noni Madueke this week. He said, look, I love Noni. He's potentially a very good player, but he can be so much better. And he's not working hard enough for me in training. He's not working hard enough, and this is why I need him to excel. This is why I'm a rub bench. And so here is Maresca saying, like, look, you play well, but I need more from you. You're a rub bench. And Neto on the right side now, Sancho on the left side. Imagine, Junior, we have a life where Sancho is apparently getting more playing time over somebody based on work ethic. Wagwan.
But no, it's not the first time Maresca did this. Maresca did this with Modric. He did this with Enzo.
He did it with Nicholas. Didn't he?
Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, said something about Jackson also. Yeah.
Yeah. So that this is his coaching style. This is his coaching method. The thing that is not threatening them right now, is, for one, the transfer market is open. So Maresca said at the start of the season, I only care about 23 footballers. So if you know is in the doghouse, you know that you don't have too far to climb to get back. And it's just a matter of time before the next man jumping out of the doghouse. When he got through a transfer window or 2 transfer windows, let's see how the reaction is to these kind of man coaching. Right now it's easy. And it's working, but
the real Gideon is when things go sideways. Yes. But Cole Palmer, again, emphasis, ball of the week. This youth is a real gem, and Man City can say all the things they want, but that they don't miss him or whatever. If anybody over Man City with sense must be regretting selling this player. Must be regretting selling this player.
Yeah, no, not really.
All right. What you say? You don't think so?
You don't think so? Fabi says, but it must be said though that Chelsea is in the thought of championship. True. BF says Villa play RB Leipzig on Tuesday. So
RB Leipzig. Okay, so that's the game.
Now does a Judah Lego the weed in a good field. All right. Remember, I tell you, that last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, that trap game. Remember I said it.
Arsenal 1-1 with Fulham. Junior, Arsenal dropped a very valuable 2 points here. I mean, I don't know what to make Arsenal from. I think I said to an Arsenal fan today, and those of you who follow NFL football, Arsenal is giving me a bit of Atlanta Falcons vibes. And Atlanta Falcons is the team famously choked in the Super Bowl, the championship of the NFL, after having a massive lead. And I'm equating Arsenal to Atlanta Falcons until they win the Premier League title. I am worried that Arsenal has missed that chance under Mikel Arteta, Jr.
No, because they haven't got the strikers yet. When they get the striker and they're doing what they're currently doing, then we'll say they've missed the opportunity. I think that's what's holding Arteta. People from really putting Arteta's feet to the fire. They know that Arsenal is a good team, but they're not a complete team. I know Sean cussed me for saying that. No, Sean actually would agree. Sean would agree with that. Geraldo, I've cussed me for saying that. But they're not a complete team. They're great. They're a very good team, well coached, hard to beat, But do they have that difference maker? I don't think so.
Yeah, and one injury away from, the Dalios mashup.
Yeah.
One injury. But by the way, just a quick, I forgot to ask you, are you for Tottenham and Ange before we continue our EPL roundup? Do you support keeping Ange in the seat or moving on? Because some imply that the pressure is up on Ange at Tottenham.
Either way, I don't have an argument for or against. It wouldn't surprise me if they get rid of him. It wouldn't surprise me if they keep him. But change has to happen. Change has to happen.
Yeah, but and it's always come back to the ultimate question: will this improve anything if you sack him now?
No, it won't.
It won't.
No.
I know.
Dalton, I couldn't see Bugs there. Bugs are duty do City, Pan United, the entire city of Manchester. Arsenal, who's reliant, lies on corner, who's reliant, lies on corners and Brighton. Yeah, they're very reliant on corners and Brighton.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot been said this week about the set players. You hear Gary Neville and different pundits talk about it. Does it really matter, Junior, if a man must score goals?
Yo, Arsenal set players, the media need to shut the hell up. They're not doing anything special. They're making it. I think there's too much pressure to sell for views that would create venting the wheel. Are they doing anything like, if you were a coach and you look at that Arsenal corner routine when them send that barrage of players into the 6-yard box, I mean, how hard is that really to stop? It's not that difficult, and that's why football is pissing me off. And I don't have a coaching license. I don't even pretend to be a coach.
Julian, we know why football pissing you off, man. We'll get to it in a few minutes. It's not football. It's one red. It's the Red Devils. They play Manchester United crosses by football, Reggie. It's not football pissing you off. It's Manchester United that's pissing you off.
Siddhartha said, what happened when teams start boxing them out? Look.
True.
Let me tell you something. You talk about NFL. Philadelphia Eagles brought in the tush push, right?
Yeah.
And people are still trying to figure out the tush push. I have a prep school coach named Mr. Atti that I rate to the ground. That my first official real football coach outside of family.
Yeah.
And it would piss him off coaching a team and them give up a goal like that of a corner. Look, football has changed, Benton, and football has become robotic, where sometimes the game them even get boring. What we used to do back in the day, anybody can put in the chat. What one thing we used to do back in the day when defending a corner? If three things happen when defending a corner. Every team used to employ three things. I would have the time for do the guessing. A goalkeeper will say, somebody mark this post, somebody mark that post, and you have one big-head brother stand up 10 yards from the guard, for the corner flag, standing up, and I'm going to jump with the corner.
Yeah, if it prevent, yeah.
When was the last time we've seen somebody stand 10 yards from a corner kick? Them days gone. All Arsenal is doing is sending right now, because I'm going to give you a caveat and something that I wish we had a whiteboard. I promise you, we're going to do this next year. Next season, ball chat, we have a whiteboard.
Yeah, I mean the promises, Bridget, we don't know at this rate. We don't know what will happen to Man United. And we don't know that Don't make no promises because right now Man United might get dissolved next year and you can't live up to that promise.
For years we're talking about doing it.
For years we are talking about whiteboard, but because
Arsenal, but Arsenal is sending 4 players or 5 players into the 6-yard box, right? Sending 5 players into the 6-yard box and them making a diamond and they are running into the space. And they are and if you notice where they run from the opposite side of the goal post.
Yes.
That means defenders cannot be doing this and looking at the 4 or 5, right? So that's number one. And they run in, and then you have to have a good cross go to a target man that will 99% of the time be open.
Yes.
Right? Let me show you now. We love joke on the show, but let me show you how I am a genius in certain things. There's going to be a game. There's going to be a game where Arsenal is trying to do this stupid corner routine, and a team will kill them on the counter attack, and you will never see that routine again, because you have 6 players committed to a routine no more than 6 yards away from the opponent goal line. All it takes is one bad corner and a sensible coach put 2 fast men for the opposite wing. And the one bad corner will just kick the ball long. It's 3 versus 1, instantly going the other way. That's number one. Number 2, we don't see the other move yet because nobody has figured out the way to stop the first pass. There is another pass after that. And if you look, they always have a player at the top of the 18 either running towards the ball or running to a certain spot off the ball. That's the next trigger in the routine. So there's more to come after that. But again, that is 6 to 7 players committing to a play. It's just a matter of time before they run up in on the wrong side that have a two sensible center back. I don't care who forward come here, so the ball is in the air, is 50-50. You're going to have a goalkeeper, I don't care how much money in the box. If the ball is within 8 yards of the goal line, it is mine. That's my territory.
Yeah.
We reach it. And when we reach it and catch it, God go with them 6 little idiot try to start trying to run back.
Yeah. Quick counter.
Better than I said, watch it, but I said I'll kill them.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, they've been very deliberate with the corners, and yes. The corner need to be at a, So them, I think that Arteta and his coaching staff are smart enough that they know that if the corner is not good enough, they could be vulnerable and exposed. So this is where you kick down the goalkeeper before you even get a chance to kick the ball. You just kick it and just take a fall. I mean, just grab him up, And
that is your counter, yeah.
Yeah, man, and disrupt the thing. But all right, continuing our EPL roundup, family. EPL overview. Get the results back up here. Junior, we are taking Arsenal 1-1 with Bournemouth. Bournemouth over Arsenal 1-1 with Fulham. Bournemouth 2-1 over Ipswich. Bournemouth had do some good things under Areola. I've heard Spurs fans upset about the defeat at Bournemouth, but Bournemouth has been good. I mean, it's not a defeat to really hang your head on. I mean, Bournemouth defeated City, defeated Arsenal at home, and they might play some good football.
Yep.
Yeah.
I the timing is all about timing, and it's all about your when you're in the ascendancy, when you're in form, and how you take advantage of it.
Ruud van Nistelrooy, good start to his tenure at Leicester City, 2-2 against Brighton, and a victory in the middle of the week. I did not see that victory come in the middle of the week. That was quite impressive.
But that's the new manager, Bowles.
And big up to Bobby Dekova Reed, who scored. And I want to say him have an assist in this game against Brighton also. But he definitely scored one of the goals. Aston Villa 1-1 with Southampton. Word is that Leon Bailey picked up a knock. We're not sure if he's going to be able for the Champions League. Brentford. Huh?
After 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh. Brentford 4-2 over Newcastle. Junior, talk to me about Newcastle because I have a curiosity about Newcastle. Excellent in the middle of the week against Liverpool. Excellent against Liverpool. And actually, some Magpies, some Newcastle fans are pretty upset the way the game ended. They were on an attack. And do they have a legitimate gripe in this Liverpool game? They were up on or out on a fast attack to probably maybe secure or try to steal that football game. But the referee blew the game off.
That's fake bravado. They're happy that at least they draw the game. I mean, you can't. That's just fake. I'm sorry. I don't. You can't. There's sometimes you complain about things, and it's like you're so happy to get a good result that you wouldn't mind getting another play out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be the fans, what the fans are saying no. But in terms of what with Newcastle, it's just a matter of time before Jose Mourinho get announced as Newcastle manager.
Yeah, go back to that debate there. Sorry.
It is as obvious and as plain as day.
No. Don't do it, Newcastle fans. Don't do it. Newcastle ownership.
For one, you have to keep Isaac. And that should be priority number one.
You cannot keep it.
No, Isaac is. It wouldn't surprise me if I see him in a Real Madrid jersey next year.
A Real Madrid jersey.
It would not surprise me if I see
mean,
him. That's how good of a striker I think.
No, yes. I mean, he's
Newcastle going to have to convince him to stay.
Yeah, man. There's no way he stays at Newcastle unless he just have a genuine love affair with the city, with the community.
Or if they get a big coach.
But him can't go anywhere to get big coach. I mean, this is how good of a player he is outside of the injuries.
Yeah.
That's how good of a player he is. The goal he scored against Liverpool was a rotted goal. I mean, he had Liverpool's back line in a stitches.
Yes.
Him tried quite a few of them out of them shots. Have Virgil van Dijk a dance my eyes. And for a big man, for just be so twinkle toes as I want to call it, the youth is a baller. Alexander Isak is an absolute baller. And it's a well, Newcastle need to fix up. Does Eddie Howe spoke about whether he spoke about all sort of situation regarding this Brentford game. Junior, I mean, why does Eddie Howe still cannot find a way to consistently get this team to win football games?
Because he's punching above his weight. When he was at Bournemouth, and I rate Eddie Howe, he was playing in some games where he was not expected to win. Newcastle is expected to win most games that they are playing in England. And not every coach can handle that pressure. Not every coach can motivate a team to play along those lines. And I think that's why it's showing that Newcastle can show up for the big game against Liverpool, but then falter against Brentford, which, look, Brentford is not, you look at Brentford scoring, I saw a stat where Brentford is scoring as much goals as anybody in the league. So it's not, Brentford is not a soft soap side. But still, Newcastle should have been able to handle them, especially coming off the game against Liverpool, and that is all Eddie Howe. That's why Dalton Isaac is too good for Newcastle.
Yes, Brentford is not a soft soap side. So Mbomo and Wissa, you have to big up. But, Brethren, I mean, at the G-Tech Stadium, the bees buzzing. They're definitely up. But I expect it almost seems like Newcastle is kind of, we are mid-table. The initial impetus, the hype to kind of launch this team into something greater, kind of the shine fade off now. Now it's back to being just regular. and we start to score. We just do what we are doing.
And these are the views of BM. BM says that Leon Bailey don't mind being out over the Christmas period. He can go to Cartel's show, Sting, and Dolly Sundays. Those are the views
So
of
we
BM.
are trying to
Those are the views of BM.
Well, yeah, I guess the man want Miss Cartel big show. Ooh, oop, oop. Brentford defeated Newcastle 4-2. So you mentioned lining up Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho publicly recently stated that he wished to be returned to England at some point. Is this an end of season, next season sort of move, or if these results continue?
It's whatever the Newcastle ownership said.
Okay. Crystal Palace 2-2 with Man City. My only question is this, Junior. Why did Pep Guardiola resorted to this lineup rather than the lineup that defeated Forest in the middle of the week? In the game against Forest, he started Doku and Grealish almost at the base. This game, he went back to Rico Lewis and Bernardo Silva. And what going on with Pep?
We might see things that our coaches see things that we don't see. So we might say Grealish did well, and Pep might be saying no, he did not.
Okay.
So we might think that it was a good game. Midweek, Pep might have said no, I'm looking for something else. So City is just not in form. And
it's almost like the man like him try sabotage the thing, brother.
From your perspective, but he might be looking long term, and you don't know.
And hey, there's a ball chat disclaimer. Put out the ball chat disclaimer. Those are the views of Benton. It's just joke. It's not. I mean, because some of these decisions, it just doesn't make any sense. We are a guy who's top tier manager. He's one of the best. I mean, I'll call him the greatest of all time. You're going to Crystal Palace, a place where you know, boy, historically, since you have been in the English Premier League, you're always on the high intensity football. People who is gonna battle you. You have Ismail Assar and them youth there who are gonna run. And you're forward back again with the same struggling midfield pairing of Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva who can't tackle. And you win a single game in a Premier League in November, and you forward with the same trippiness after winning one game last week. I joke, yeah, man.
More to forward than City.
I will say Savinho. Savinho is I can see where Brazil is where they are. Savinho is just Savinho not ready. I'm not ready for the video, like. Not ready for the video. Junior, and then to wrap up this weekend's EPL action, we still have the best for last. Forest defeated Manchester United 3-2. It was a very entertaining football game. Coach Amarin said after the defeat against Arsenal that, this is going to take time. They need players to run. Run, because you can't win title without running. You need a lot of runners. Junior, it seems like the running didn't never happen against Forest either.
No, they did run. They did run. No, they did run. They did run.
They never ran enough because the man said need runners.
No. Manu, for the game, for the players, I don't really care. Like, the reason why I'm downhearted this week as a Manchester United fan has nothing to do with the results on the field. So let me stick to the results on the field. I love what I'm seeing from Manchester United, as crazy as it might sound. And Dalton, maybe I'm smoking weed and I don't know it. And some weed I'm gonna get, well, I don't know. But
wait, you smoke weed and don't know it?
I don't know it. Maybe. But I love what I'm seeing from Manchester United. I love the pattern of play. I love the identity that we have. And this is actually the first time since LVG since Louis van Gaal was at Manchester United, I can say this is how Manchester wants to look on the field. Now, it go back to the earlier conversation. Do we have the players or the pieces that fit certain roles? And the answer is no. The answer is no. So there's more to forward on that, right? They have some good pieces, but take nothing away from Nottingham Forest. Nuno came there with a plan. They executed their plan. They were lucky. Manu gave up 2 goals that were just idiotic, stupid goals in every way of the word. But Nuno and Forest rode their luck, and they showed why they are a top 6 team. And Manu show why they are a mid-table team that going to soon flirt with relegation. And I said it weeks ago. They will flirt with relegation first before really competing again under Amorim. I said it, and that is what's going to happen. Now, what disappoints me is Newcastle that we spoke about earlier. You said that they've had them good vibe and whatever, right? And then Dean Ashworth, one name. I found him, Dean Ashworth.
Yeah, Dean Ashworth. So you're going to go to the administrative side.
That is the only problem.
Let me bring it up for you, because let me bring it up for you, because we don't know. Say you cover all the bases. Go ahead, Junior. Dean Ashworth.
Yeah, because
the
game is the game. There's nothing new. It's the same set of players. But Dean Ashworth and he was at Brighton, instrumental to Brighton. He was credited for Brighton's rise. Left and went to Newcastle, and he's also accredited with Newcastle transitioning from where they were to where they are now, right? And Ineos went to them and went to Newcastle and said, I want Ashworth to be my director of football. Ashworth said, want to be the director of football. Newcastle said, hell no, you're not doing this that easy. January. And Ashworth them signed off on it, and then he couldn't take the job at Man U instantly, so he had to go and leave. And he couldn't start till the start of the new season. That's July.
Yeah, he was on a gardening leave.
Gardening leave. That's what they call it in England.
Yeah.
7 months. And within 5 months at Manchester United in back. That is a problem. Now, as a blind, ill-fated Manchester United fan, the one thing I'm going to hold on to is, before the Arsenal game, Amorim said something, and everybody is poking fun at him. Well, you know what Amorim said, right?
No. Remind me, please.
He said the storm is coming.
What does he mean by that?
I think this is what he meant by the storm.
Oh, okay. This is okay.
People interpreted it that, Sporting football going to go to Arsenal and they're going to run Arsenal off the field and you failed. This is the storm that he was talking about. Dean Ashworth's preferred coaches are Potter and Southgate. And the report came out today. I don't know if it's positive spin. I don't know if Man U are trying get ahead of the bad press. But Ashworth felt like his decisions were not respected, and he felt small at the club from day one. He felt second in command to Barada and company. So that's why I'm trying to sell it that this is a mutual take yourself thing. But Amorim came in and Amorim said, yo, I'm changing the whole formation, changing the whole system. Who knows? Maybe Ashworth is saying, no, you have enough players. Or Ashworth might be saying, instead of going for Gaias or one name, let's go for Isaac at Newcastle. Amorim said, hell no. If me come here for coach, we want that player. And they might start butt heads. And Ineos might say, you know what? We're siding with the coach on this one. Ashworth, take with yourself. And then do it quickly. So we'll see. But me don't feel good about it, brother.
Dalton said, so Junior, what players you should keep and get for that playing style.
Obviously, Ahmad is number one. Yara is easy. Yara, Ahmad, Delit, Licha, Ugarte. I would flirt with keeping Rashford. I would flirt with keeping Bruno. Garnacho is 50-50 for me in this system. And then after that, I'm Menu. I would keep Menu. After that,
Onana, you know, keep the goalie.
How the fuck? My youth. Yo. Spurs will be lit on that, brother. You want to piss me off, man. You see how I try to stay easy to them, but you go piss me off. Yo.
Yeah. Onana should not be blamed for that goal. The wind blew the ball out the way. It was very windy conditions. So we're not going to blame Onana for that goal. Yesterday against Forest. It's just the weather conditions. And to be fair, Onana has been outstanding, right? He kept quite a few clean sheets this season so far. Anything, Junior? Anything? Well, I don't. The outsider look at Man United. I don't know, Junior. There's a little bit of financial issues that I know when Ineos or Ineos have to get resolved. Mr. Demaria's ticket price is what? To £66?
Yeah.
And so the Aria's ticket price is £66 to watch Bogside. Yo, hey, some people wicked enough. Yo, some people are selling you trash. I bugs and I talk about Bogside and I tell you they might increase the price. Them can't even wait till the side get on a good run and then increase the size. Why them wicked? Imagine if the team are play good. Cha-cha. So then I understand in business that sometimes things don't work out. And you just gave a good overview of the whole Ashworth situation because you're the Man United insider. I didn't follow it as closely. But, you know, Dan Rowan and Simon Stone said that United paid close to about £2 to £3 million for Ashworth services from Newcastle. And I think, so, Brethren, we just paid $2-3 million for this brother, huh? And now 7 months him gone. It's just something, and then couple that with the extension, the added year for the option year they picked up for Eric Ten Hag, which you subsequently sack him after pay him out. It's just, I don't know. So now, where do you go with director of football? Or you just leave that position vacant? Because now, if you leave it up to, and this is probably one of the issues, you can't necessarily have a director of football who is essentially aligned with a manager, right? Because you have a club where you try long term and a manager might get sacked any day. Now, if you allow Amarin to select his preferred director of football, then that could be a problem if Amarin gets sacked.
Yeah, but then that's assuming that the style of football is getting sacked as well. You can't sack the
Fair
coach.
enough. Fair
You
enough.
don't sack the style. So
Fair enough. But more to follow. Bug of the week for Manchester United. Bug of the week for Jim Ratcliffe. I said name Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Bug of the week also for Sir Jim Ratcliffe. For basically said the women's team we don't really care about. In a nutshell. He says right now at the men's team we are focused on. We can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Care to elaborate on that, Junior? As a Man United insider.
At least he's telling you the truth. We sit down every day and say the women's game and the women's teams are not being supported. But yet we're going to sit down now and try to throw dirt on somebody that come out and tell you the truth. You have to pick a fight, you know. Have to pick a fight.
Bigger fight. Do you think Ashworth returns to Newcastle? Because it sounds like it's a football mind.
I can see him I can't see him changing sports or
Okay.
Because I'd even come to the US or even go to Italy, you can go Germany. You have so many places where you can go but
Well,
with
man,
Brighton,
sorry to make you sound depressed, family. Sorry.
no,
Sorry.
no, but good. But when we think about it, he left Brighton, right?
Yes.
And Brighton haven't skipped a beat, so maybe he's not what we thought he was.
Was he at Brighton though? I know
Yeah,
he
he
was at
was.
Newcastle.
He was. Yeah, he left Brighton. He's the one that is credited for starting Brighton on the
Okay.
track that they were at.
Okay. No, but there's this. I'm trying to remember the president or the director of the. There's another hierarchy at Brighton. That one individual. I can't remember his name, but he is still there, and I think with the coach selection and etc. and selecting people like Dan Ashworth, he's essentially kind of credited with the making the right moves in those departments. I don't know what name. Smalling. I don't know what name.
So
Huh?
he went to Brighton in 2019 after he was a technical director at the FA. So he might go back to the FA. I can't see him going back to the FA. But I don't know how he would work with Tuchel. We don't know. So
he wanted Tuchel or he wanted
So he moved to Brighton in 2019 following a spell as technical director of the Football Association, where he started in 2012 after time with West Brom Albion and helped develop the men's and women's national teams.
Okay. Tony Bloom is who I'm speaking of, the owner at Brighton. Them man have a lot of metrics regarding hiring people, and there was a whole expose I read how they go about and do things, and it almost seems like things haven't fallen apart. And in fact, they continue to improve. I mean, Brighton is in the upper.
And they just recently released their whole recruiting staff. Yeah, you saw that, right?
Saw what?
Brighton released their recruiting team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they. I saw that. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they changed their whole recruitment staff.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Brighton doing one of the bright spots in this in this Premier League, and also most notably players that are standing out for Brighton in this game against Leicester City. Yankuba Mente became the first Gambian player to score multiple goals in the Premier League. I think he may have scored 2 or 3 goals so far this season. So what Brighton is definitely showing is that them and they are definitely scout heavily upon the continent.
So speaking of scouting, that's what they did. So as reported by Matt Law of the Telegraph, the Seagulls have let go the majority of their full-time recruitment scouts as part of a restructure of the NVID department that helped to earn the club $200 million in a bid to stay one step ahead of their rivals. So,
wow,
what made them stay ahead of their rivals? They are cutting back on that.
That's interesting.
That's where the capital, what is it? The corporation of football hurts the game of football. It's just idiotic. It's idiotic. But we will see how this affects them in the long run.
Yeah, let's see how they go. But entertaining football and much success so far from them. But remember, say it's not a team with a big ambition, you know. All right, English Premier League group table. Liverpool had the weekend off, rescheduled Merseyside derby because of the weather. They're at the top. Chelsea in the second place on 31 points. Liverpool on 35 points. Junior, we have to go all the way down at bottom half of the table to find certain teams. Spurs, Newcastle, Man United, West Ham. West Ham rounds out the weekend's play. They will take on Everton, or is it? No, not Everton. Of course, Wolves. West Ham will round out again. It's another weekend or another game that Julian Lopetegui has to save his job, allegedly. Junior.
Yeah, and then now with what happened with Antonio, definitely done for the season.
What big takeaways from the table for you?
Nottingham Forest it seems to be for real. Chelsea is an official title contender, and Liverpool just have to stay consistent. So as we head to, for me, my major takeaway is as we head to the Christmas crunch schedule, strap up because it'll go nice.
Yeah, look at this graph showing Chelsea's growth over the first 15 weeks on the y-axis. Yo, back to algebra class when you draft my x and y quadrant. On the y-axis, it shows you the position of Chelsea, and look from week 1 all the way to week 15 how they grew. Chelsea right up to the top part of the thing. Junior, in-depth analysis. They go to they host Brentford next weekend. Should be a good football game.
Yes.
Should be a good football game.
And look, and the Manchester Derby, I think, going to be a very good football game too. The Manchester Derby is going to be whoever come out of that game could be under some serious fire in one way or the other.
Yeah, Liverpool has been at the top or close to the top since week 1. Nothing changed. Been sitting at the top since week 10. So let's see how long Liverpool continue to chart at the top. But they've been in and around number 1 and 2 positions since this thing started this season. And you mentioned the Manchester Derby next weekend. Early reading on that football game, Junior. I mean, Man City basically must win this ball game, hands down.
I think speed kills. Speed kills, and what Sporting did to Man City is not a fluke. Manchester United is not Sporting, but they can do the same thing to them. So we'll see.
Man City must, speed kills. Man City must win this football game.
Must
win this football game. All right, some other major news in the world of football. We have to give a ball of the week before we touch Yawd Ballers report. I have to give a ball of the week to Ademola Lookman Jr. and Atalanta. Ademola Lookman played some serious football over in Serie A. Atalanta is leading the Serie A on 34 points ahead of Napoli. Big bad Conte and Napoli. Napoli dropped points today against Lazio. Junior, I mean, could it be that Atalanta might upset a thing this year? All right, too early to
Still early. The only thing though is that if Napoli is their main competitor, then Atalanta will be favored to win, because Conte is just one bad comment away from being triggered. Can remember, look at where Napoli is now, and look at where when they started under Conte. I remember that the cast that was going on, and then they found some way to smooth it over, right? And big up to McTominay. McTominay played some ball too.
Yes, doing quite well. Also scoring goals, Junior.
Yeah.
Also scoring goals. Is it a situation where Conte is putting him into more an advancing role? Even though he did score quite a few goals at Manchester United. So
round peg, round hole. Put him where he belongs.
But very good performance so far from Ademola Lookman at Atalanta.
Yes.
Gasperini. That is a pleasant surprise. Let's see if they can hold the rope. Any other major takeaway from The Scudetto, the Serie A, Juventus
AC
sitting
Milan
in the
just
sixth
can't get
position.
right.
Huh?
Milan just cannot get right. AC Milan.
Yeah, AC Milan cannot get right. Um, Before we leave the Scudetto, Junior, Thiago Motta and Juventus. Is the old lady back? I mean, they're in sixth position, but they're looking to be a competitive outfit, a more competitive outfit. And I mean, they have some new faces, you know, Samuel Mangula and players like those who are making a difference for them. I mean,
But them are artists though. Them are art. Them draw too much.
yeah,
They don't figure out this draw situation. How much draw that in a row?
yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah, so you ask if they are back. I don't
Yeah,
think
they're nine ties. Yo, I will leave that the artist side. They're
I don't think
undefeated with nine ties in the school.
right. So they're hard to beat, but they just can't get out them own way. It looks like.
All right, in La Liga, quickly take a look at the La Liga table. Want to give a ball of the week to Las Palmas. Las Palmas really upset some people, and Barcelona included recently. But Barcelona dropped points against Real Betis. You know, I mean, some of the Barca fans did think that them run with this thing earlier on. Las Palmas defeated them 2-1 on Saturday, last Saturday, and dropped points against Real Betis, which was a good football game, 2-2.
But I didn't like what Flick said. Hansi Flick said after the game that what if they have their eyes on Dortmund or something like that.
Okay. And so Wednesday they'll play Dortmund in the Champions League. They defeated Mallorca 5-1 on this the third in La Liga. You know, you rightfully pointed out something recently. You said, well, the early warm in La Liga was like Barcelona running with the thing, but when you look at it, it's only 2 points separating Real Madrid from Barcelona, and Real Madrid has a game in hand.
Yeah, so and Real Madrid is still trying to figure themselves out. Now, Bellingham seems to be rounding in form, and I think Mbappe is kind of starting to find himself. So it's a long way to go. And look, don't sleep on Atletico Madrid. Don't sleep on Cholo. If it's one thing about Cholo is he depends on the big dogs having some fleas.
Yeah.
That's a one thing about Cholo. So you need to be consistent around him.
Yeah.
If not, he will pick you off. So
yeah. Bala, big up to Atletico Madrid, and this is something that this is quite unusual for me with Atletico Madrid. They have been scoring a lot of goals of late, a lot of goals. I mean, they have scored what? How many goals so far this season? They've scored 30 goals so far in 16 games, and it's somewhat a bit. I need to go and look at the stats, but. To me, 30 goals in 16 games with Atletico Madrid, Cholo's Atletico Madrid, sounds strange. It seems like they have revamped the last game. They defeated Sevilla 4-3. They defeated Casemiro 3-1. Defeated Valladolid 5-0. 6-0. I mean, this is a bit unusual for me on Atletico Madrid and Cholo historically. Score 1 or 2 goals and defend for your debt.
I remember when he tried to go and create a team that can do this, they even became more defensive.
Yeah.
When they spent on offense, they became more defensive. And now when it seems like he's on his way out, like they've officially just done with him, the team now started. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing.
Yeah, Conor Gallagher enjoying himself. Antoine Griezmann with 2 goals for Atletico Madrid in the victory over Sevilla. Anything else you want to say about the La Liga table? Barcelona on top. Of course.
I think that race is going to be nice. it's going to be a nice title race when it comes down to, because I think all three teams are going to catch form together.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's one trophy. The Ultimate American Soccer League handed out their trophy this weekend. Family, LA Galaxy defeated the Red Bulls 2-1. Corey Burke, Red Bulls, your big baller, Junior. The most notable thing from this game or this weekend, I thought, was Marco Ruiz. I saw somewhere this is his first trophy.
First club trophy, yes.
First club trophy. I mean,
first league trophy, yeah.
Yeah, it's wow. Sometimes I did forget about him box cover. Of course, he played at Dortmund, but such a baller and played with a very good Dortmund team. But imagine, But your thoughts on the MLS game?
I mean, I soon address the elephant in the room, but it was LA Galaxies from jump. I mean,
yeah. So they have here as this is his first League Cup trophy.
Yeah, first league trophy.
First League Cup trophy because he won the Pokal twice, and of course he's been runner up in the
Champions League.
Yeah. All right. So
and he wasn't on the Germany. He was injured for that World Cup.
Did he win that? Was he on that team?
I think he was injured. Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess.
I think he was injured. I think he was injured that year.
Yeah, the 2014 World Cup.
I think so. I think he was injured that year.
Yeah. Marco Reus won his first league. Definitely, yeah, no World Cup title in his, yeah. So he wasn't a part of that squad. First.
Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah. First club title with LA Galaxy. I think more importantly though for LA Galaxy was the play of Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig missed this game because of ACL tear, but he was outstanding this season, and kudos to LA Galaxy for make sure that we didn't have to deal with such man them in Miami, but Atlanta United took care of that.
But he's still nominated for FIFA Player of the Year.
Yeah, because and he actually won MLS MVP. Messi, that is, it is what it is. I mean, I thought he had Messi, of course, he's outstanding. Messi a general. Messi is Messi, right? And there are other players who, probably warranted the MVP, but at the end of the day, this is not just about who performs well. It's about who put butts in the seats. So,
BM says 2 runners-up medals for Corey Burke and scored the own goal to deny Jamaica Nations League final appearance. Him and Andre Blake just salt.
Yeah, but Mr. Corey, all right, Corey come on the field in the ball game and get one goal and make him man drop him down, talk about penalty. Because he got a late introduction, so you have to do your part, Virgin, go score some goals and help the side. But yeah, regarding Messi was named the MLS MVP. Just so you go. Any comments on the Messi being named MLS?
No, I'm tired of Messi.
You're tired.
Tired. Yeah, but they care about Messi. I want to talk about the group chat. That all I miss. No, Lord of mercy, man.
No, but it's you. I know Joseph about one gaff. I'm tired of you. Tired of you and Joseph with one gaff. I'm tired of him and Messi. Every minute is Messi. Yo. All right, but Lionel Messi could crown MVP of the MLS. All right, now to Jamaican Football Report, Yawd Ballers Report. I think this week's Yawd Ballers Report, probably the major storyline, Junior Sportswoman of the Year award. Bunny Shaw was not nominated. Jamaica Sportswoman of the Year award. Junior, yeah, you have anything to say about this lack of nomination for Bunny Shaw?
These are the views of Junior and not Ball Chat. And nobody affiliated with Ball Chat. I am a proud Jamaican, right? Proud Jamaican. But I have no qualms in saying, as a Jamaican, sometimes we fall short in we will fall short in common sense. And if a Jamaican feel offended by it, then pick a number, find the best one for jumping and jump in it head first. All right? And whichever hole you want to use your discretion. This Woman of the Year, Player Athlete of the Year award.
Sportswoman of the Year.
Sportswoman of the Year award that the Gleaner and is a Gleaner Sportswoman of the Year award. Whoever is on this committee, take on the damn head out the clouds. Stop being idiots. Stop being prejudiced. Stop acting holier than thou. The reason why Bunny Shaw is not, it shouldn't even be said nominated. The reason why she's not getting the award is because of some people look like them holding something against her. Now, what could that be? I don't know. And I have my thoughts. And the reason why I'm going so hard at them is because I have a thought why. If that is the reason why, we don't need to get on the damn head out of the clouds. Delusional.
To kind of highlight the ceremony quote in this, this is from the Loop. The ceremony also reveals 6 nominees for the People's Choice Performance of the Year, celebrating standout moments that capture the public's imagination. And Bunny Shaw's goal against Liverpool in the Women's Super League was nominated for that award. Now, I guess the only thing I probably want to know is what are the criterias for this award? What are the requirements for this award? It seems to me like the award, and unless I am missing it somewhere, it seems to me the selection, of course, is heavily based on track and field and a very, because Bunny Shaw is not the only athlete here who merits a nomination for this award. Right. It seems to me like the one of the key requirements is that the individual need to be performing in Jamaican colors when they get nominated or when they excel. But that's something I try to see if I can understand the non-nomination of Bunny Shaw and the selection of these people, because I can't find the criteria anywhere.
Right.
So I try now to see if I can put my head around it, because it doesn't make any sense. Because the people that were nominated, they were nominated, sounds like based on an Olympic sort of deal, or cycling at the Pan Am Games or whatever. So I mean, Bunny Shaw never played a match in Jamaica women's team during that period.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. I remember now.
That was when
she's a part of the group that turned their backs.
Was when that thing was going on, right?
Right. So,
now, but we have the same issue last year too, because she was nominated last year. Didn't we have the same discussion last year also?
I never went this hard. I just thought it was funny, but I'm going to. I'm trying, because we'll put out Yard Ballers as its own segment. I want Yard Ballers to grow as its own segment, right? So we don't really want. I have to be strategic with what I'm about to say, but because I have no proof. But when you do things like this, you leave yourself open to questions being asked. And if you leave people to their own understanding or to their own whims or thoughts, then a question might be asked that might put you in such a bad light, and it could be 100% wrong, right? And for example, Jamaica is a very homophobic country. I don't have the data, but I'm willing to bet most of the people who got the award, they have pictures with a traditional family unit. I'm just saying, we don't know. What if that is possible, right?
I don't know.
We don't see body with no traditional family unit. Not saying she do anything, because I don't have a proof any other way, right? But we're just saying, though, you're leaving us open to this thought process, which can be very dangerous.
Yeah, with the lack of transparency or the lack of readily available how you go about making the selections.
Right.
Now, granted, the requirements might be publicly available and we just don't know it, but I have checked and we can't find them anywhere. But when it's not very clear, the people then start speculating what could be the reason behind it.
What could be the reason? But then my issue though, and them get bug of the week. The Gleaner get bug of the week for this. The athletes get bug of the week too. Because why we not hear athletes coming out and say, something all right, you're saying, I have a problem with this. Why would I hear that? So maybe, like you said, Benton, maybe you're right. Maybe she have to be wearing the Jamaican colors. Maybe she have to be representing Jamaica.
Guys, there's a netballer down in a Jamaican netballer who's excellent, and I'm trying to remember. In fact, you know what? This article by Leighton Reed. Big up Leighton. Actually, yeah, the netballer is in it. So make sure with Leighton Levy. Yeah, man, the netballer is in it. She's also very dominant in her profession down in Australia. Won titles, and just as outside of the title, just as dominant as Bunny Shaw. And she's not nominated either. So, but if the requirement is that you need to be wearing the Jamaican colors, then there needs to be a revamp, because Bunny Shaw and these athletes are excelling at the highest level, and 9 times out of 10, when them excel, the first thing you hear are Jamaica, is Jamaica and such and such. So they are essentially marketing Jamaica.
But then the thing we have to look back at now is that Jamaica made it to 2 World Cups.
Yes.
Second World Cup, they qualified for the second round. Have any Jamaican women footballer won this Sportswoman of the Year?
No, they have not. And
Olympics doesn't play in the same year.
Yes, they have not. So it's significant. You brought up a big point. There's a significant screwing of footballers. I get footballers the shot, ladies footballers, and probably footballers the shot end of the stick when it comes to them award. Yeah.
And it maybe not, because I don't. What if Kanye Plumber get it? They'll say,
well, if Kanye get it, then Kanye get it.
Because she have a youth and Ray. So it is. I can make a legitimate case that they are trying not to look like they are supporting something that part of Jamaica is still holding dear to.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate.
The part for me that I'm slow. As Capleton says, somehow we go to school, go on bench. I'm one of those. The part which I am having difficulty wrapping my head around is the fact that you have a Jamaican, the captain of the Jamaican women's team, who's playing at the highest level, who's the leading goal scorer in the league that she's playing at. So she's not just regular average player. She's been nominated and finished 3rd or 4th in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Globally recognized women's football award show, and yet she cannot even get nominated for Jamaica Sportswoman of the Year. That
But
something
there's
it don't make no sense.
and come on, and big up, come on, and look, we know the Jamaican women footballers, they have them ears to the ground. Big up Yawd ball. We know them have them supporters that are very vigilant. Let me come out and say that we ball chat is in 100% full support of the Jamaican women's football team. I will support them regardless, and there's no holding back on that. There's no questions being asked from our end. We're just trying to put some understanding around the bias against not only the national team, but women footballers as a whole. And what is it that is stopping the look? Why is it the athlete, the
Sports.
track athletes
Yes.
get the love that the women's footballers don't get? Forget about that. What about the women cricketers?
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Well,
Is it because you look at it as a male sport? That's why you don't want it look like say you support that?
Well, I think the power play though is that track and field is very powerful place in Jamaica sports organization. Is my interpretation because I remember this committee is Mike Fennell. Mike Fennell was big up Mike, our Mr. Mike, a man there elder in the business. Mike Fennell, former president of the Jamaica Olympic Association. So I think when it comes to track and field advocates and the people that will have track and field best interests at the heart, they have very powerful voice and have a very strong seat at the table. Now it's incumbent on Jamaican football representatives like the JFF to kind of get more aggressive and say, yeah, we need some seat at the table too, because sponsorship dollars kind of get mixed up in them things, you know. When you have recognizable faces that recognize your entity, there's more chances that you are gonna get more money and people are gonna hitch wagon with them. So there's a money aspect of it, and the people who represent track and field have done a very good job of really and track and field also in its right has awarded and rewarded Jamaica on a global stage, right? Because I remember say when we were youth, you know, we used to watch Merlin Atty and Raymond Stewart, Stop Come Last 900, and Merlin used to get like a bronze queen, the music called Merlin. So you see what I said? Them time there was a different power play. Maybe cricket used to have a more power, well, male cricket used to have a more powerful voice in Jamaican sports arena now. But track and field now gonna lead, and it's important that football advocates, you know, gatekeepers, are people who advocate lobby for football, make sure so them get them seat at the table so footballers can get recognized at the end of the year.
Gleaner, reach out to Gleaner, but Gleaner, if I listen to this, man, forward on the show and set the record straight.
And I reach out to sorry. No, but they did say them have to revamp their system. They said something need to take a look. But for me, I thought we already went down this road. I thought we've been there before. All right, schoolboy football time, Junior. We're going to salute Kingston College victors in the Manning Cup. I know say as a Old Marian, you probably have a problem, but you have to give credit where credit is due. Kingston College won the schoolboy football and corporate era schoolboy football, and the Costa Cup went to Magic Garvey Marseille.
So don't forget about what Walker Cup though. Don't go around.
I don't care about no Walker's Cup, brother. And no Ben Francis Cup. I won Walker's Cup. Excelsior.
Mona.
Mona. Rastafari. I think so Excelsior did I lead them. You sure about that?
You've got live credit.
I don't care about no Walker Cup still, but
big up KC though, because KC, we talk about how schoolboy football is a cycle, and sometimes you get lucky and run a good cycle, and then you get caught up. One thing that KC has shown is that They can have the whisper year,
Yes.
and then they can forward back a couple of years from then, and
Yes.
forward back this year again. So that shows those are the acts of a dynasty,
Yeah, man.
true dynasty.
It really is impressive what Kingston College is doing. I mean, the man them deal with them thing quite well. 17th Manning Cup title. 17th Manning Cup
Yep.
title. Boys from Crossroad. Maybe they need to check the school layout still.
A big up Gavi Bassi, what they call him, Cubans.
I them call it Cubans.
Yeah.
But let's bear a thought for McGrath. Because McGrath had this game, 97th minute, leading 1-0. And I think the similar thing happened in the earlier rounds of Doncaster Cup where they led Garvey Massey, and Garvey Massey scored at the death.
Yeah.
And same thing happened in the final again this week. If I'm not
They will
mistaken.
not be denied. It's a team that will not be denied.
Not be, no.
And big up Ty Gill. Ty Gill said unapologetically women.
Yeah, man. Big up. But school,
Support.
yeah, Cubans and them. Big up to the Cubans, boy. And another year, Manning's gone without winning a Doncaster Cup. Cha-cha. So, but big up to Gavin Massey. I think this is their third Doncaster Cup. Stets claimed the 7th Ben Francis Cup, tying a record. So Stets won the Ben Francis Cup. Gavin Massey the Doncaster Cup. And then in Kingston, you have Kingston College won Manning Cup, and the Mona won the Walker Cup, according to Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Continuing our Yard ballers report, Junior Euro baller Ronaldo Cephas scored for what the team name Ankara.
They find him.
Huh?
They find him.
Them find him. Ronaldo Cephas with a goal for Ankara. Game ended 3-2 as Ankara. So this is the second division in Turkey, you know. For some reason I thought he played in the first division, but it's the second division. So big up to Ronaldo Cephas with the goal. Bobby Cordova-Reid with also a goal for Leicester City. Junior, I mean, I think that your boy will be good for Bobby Cordova-Reid. As in Ruud van Nistelrooy.
10 years ago, yes.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Bobby Cordova-Reid with the goal. Bunny Shaw with 2 goals for Leicester City in the women's Super League. Bunny Shaw continues to score goals. And I think she's the leading goal scorer this season in the league. Now, a question happened. A question was asked earlier: should Bunny Shaw leave Man City to win a trophy, Junior?
That's what BM says. As BM make you know, Ankara they got relegated last season. That's why.
Oh, okay, cool. Big up. Okay, so that's why. So this is where them couldn't find him. They got relegated. But you were saying big up regarding Bunny Shaw. Do you think she should leave City to win a trophy, Junior?
Yo, no better than joke them better than enough things.
Which one?
That's why I couldn't find him because he take himself and want to play second division.
No, me I tried because I couldn't find him, right? He was missing. Yeah, then I mean Ronaldo Cephas that is, but you know, good to see him playing football again. Good to see him playing football.
Yeah, but should Bunny Shaw what's she going to go? Barcelona?
Yeah, well, that's probably the only place because unless you go to Chelsea, I mean, that's pretty much.
That's what
Ty
Ty
Gill
Gill
leave
said.
City and go where?
must- it
Unless you
must
go
be
to
Barca.
Chelsea, I mean, that's where the buck stop regarding winning in England. I mean,
Yeah.
but Chelsea's missing Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr's been out, and they signed Ramirez from Colombia, and for some reason, Man City can't seem to get over this Chelsea hump, and Maybe they should just fire the manager and just forget about it because ultimately, that's probably Bunny Shaw now going away.
And this is where we would love to see. All right, we would love to see marketing dollars get pumped in now at some point and say, "Yo, come back with market Bunny." I see that she's doing some ads and things, but
Yeah.
don't treat her like George Weah. George Weah, and I think Bunny is really, the more I think about it, Bunny is firmly in George Weah's light. Like, it's the same story
Okay.
where she just transcends the sport from our country and internationally is a baller, big time baller at our club, and try our best to do something with the national team, right? I don't think investors, City should lose this opportunity. Put her as a centerpiece and attract players there. They already have the male Man City spotlight there that them can feed off of. Use that and build a hype and win a trophy. Stay there and win a trophy.
Yeah.
But time short.
Yeah, go ahead.
But time is short. She have to do it quick.
Yeah. I think Man City really are try do some marketing around her. Definitely have her more presence. Because like you said, life shot. She's at the top of her career right now. You have to maximize your earnings.
Yes.
And also you can bring light to other things after you retire from the sport. And she has scored a gang of goals and scored against high level competition. So I don't think she would leave Man City, but Man City have got to do something. Coach Gareth Taylor spoke highly about how complete a striker Bunny Shaw is. And again, this year she's looking to probably close out another year scoring about goals for Man City. So, Bunny Shaw is a baller, but the title, the trophy winning thing, I don't know how that's going to go. They might have to figure out a way. Continuing Yard Ballers report, Kiki Van Zanten Jr. got an extension with Houston Dash. Of course, Kiki last year was her junior year or rookie year with the Houston Dash. Houston Dash, she picked up an injury and subsequently weren't able to compete. So Houston set forward again this year. So we're going, they believe in the baller herself. So it's good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I think Kiki's a very good player. I mean, could be a... You see, this is also one of the problems. You know what, let me not say it. I think Kiki's a very good player, and it's good that she got this contract extended. Expect her to come back full tilt. Before we take over yourself from Yard Ballers report, your final thoughts on the Rare Girls game, the final leg game, the final in the tie against South Africa.
But I mean, we need more games like that. There's nothing wrong with playing against teams like South Africa. Give them more games like that on the island, and you'll see how they build a vibe and build some form of consistency. I like what I saw if I'm looking at it through average lens. I'm looking at thinking that they will become a much better team. They have a long way to go. But for where they are, I like what I saw. And if we can get more games like that, where is adequate competition, where you can play, and we saw Jamaica try to play a style of play that they would never bring up against France. Play a game where you can express yourself, and we can see what we have in the squad. Give me more games like that. Ty said we need more games, but we have to do something about the fields of play on. That's true, and I've been saying it, and I'll say it again one last time. Talk to corporate Jamaica. It doesn't cost that much money. If you get a bag of company to come in and say, I'll donate $1,000 US, right? shut down the field them, use that money, dig up the field them. What I mean by dig it up is to take the top layer off and completely remove the foundation of the field and relay the foundation. And if you can't maintain the natural grass, put turf. Put field turf. Field turf is not what it used to be. They have gotten actually better with turf, where it's not the pellets. You can still get high quality fields, but create that. If we have players that are playing on great surfaces, why are we giving them subpar surfaces? And it doesn't take much for just dig up the field and do that. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, I agree with you much, but of course you have to get buy-in. You have to get. I mean, ultimately, people have to see this as something that's profitable, and you don't know how already. So we don't want to spend our money until we know so we can make our money guarantee, and there's no such thing in life, you know.
So people bought into the road to France. Have we seen anything profitable out front of Road to France after 1998? The road park up. I have dead end sign on it now.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to get this.
It's not that hard to
just
get.
need some people with sense.
Yeah.
BM says he finds it strange that Reggae Boys are struggling in the midfield, but ignore Daniel Johnson. If Ravel, Maggie, and Palmer can get selected, why can't Johnson? Because he's 32 and he looks 38. BM also says he thinks the Reggae girls should play Mexico and Colombia next. I agree.
I'll answer the Ravel, Morrison, and Daniel Johnson question in a second, BM. But sticking with the Reggae girls, more say a thing regarding the coaching, because I ultimately believe that this group of players are good enough to be the second best team in CONCACAF. This is how good this squad is. This is how deep this group is. I think these victories for Busby kind of allay any sort of development or delay any sort of growth. Because why do you keep him, the mediocre coach, average coach, in the seat because he beat teams that he should beat? So, granted, I don't know who is out there because I haven't looked at the coaching landscape of women's football recently, but I am not necessarily convinced that Busby is the guy who's going to elevate this team to another level. I am not convinced that Busby is going to be the coach that's going to elevate us to another level. The first half against South Africa in that game was piss poor. And we can say, boy, all right, the field are not good and rare. But big up Linda Matello is a baller from South Africa, the 10. She was, I'm going to play some ball upon the cow pasture too. So, my concern with the Reggae Girls team is that the minimum get acceptable, making it to a tournament here or there get acceptable, and then you lose that opportunity to really kind of make a significant statement outside of just qualifying World Cup. This Reggae Girls squad, I mean, all these players are playing in colleges and leagues all across the globe. Is a very deep squad, and when I saw the game, these two-leg games, and then the other games against France and Brazil, I mean, come on, man. Busby, come on. So, Busby, you don't need to either fix up, because me him come a press conference one night and talk about how he have the best striker in the world, and brother, I don't want to hear them foolishness about you have best strikers in the world. Ultimately, it's the depth of the squad. There is no way that Khadija Bonishaw is supposed to be playing so many minutes in a meaningless second game against South Africa. You should be running out the next generation of players who you know say, when Bonishaw now play well, the next baller can slide in and make those impactful games. And I worry about those things when it comes to real competition, and we have seen a Bonnie get locked off. Who else are going to step forward and score the goal? Jody Brown, you're a big man now, you're supposed to cut out the foolishness, you know. And so this is the thing. I worry about this foundational players who now get benched. Drew Spence, sometimes at the foolishness. Next baller up. We saw next ballers under the big head, brother. Okay, sorry. We saw young players under Gilbert. Bring all those players a part of the group too and make them get valuable minutes. Israela Groves. Michaela Days, the Days sister. Them, so the Van Zanten, the other young one, Tiny. Yo, Busby, cut out the pluckery. Cut out the pluckery. This team should be a lot further in this thing right now. I'm done. I'm done. Daniel Johnson question, Junior. Yeah, I agree. Why not select Daniel Johnson? I mean, I say select him.
I said select neither. I hate that. Rodney Price, to what end though? This is not developing Jamaican women's football.
Jamaica Premier League.
There is no domestic league, so all this is just an opportunity.
No domestic league.
It is job overseas, but this does not benefit the country.
No domestic league. This is true. By the way, why? How come we don't have a? Didn't they start a domestic league and they got?
You forget
we all forget it.
You want to come on? You remember all the stress come on go through?
Yes, long term, you know, sustainable without.
So if you want to have a successful domestic Jamaican women's league, give Bonishaw women of the athlete of the year. Let it be fun for young girls to play football.
Yeah, somebody to face. Yeah, have someone you can aspire to emulate.
Give them that. Then you can we're still going to have the track athletes. They're not going to leave a track to go play football. So, but we'll see. I mean, that's a whole lot of...
But that's a JFF. JFF supposed to... They started as a domestic league, and then... And that was... Well, I don't know what I'm to it.
The Benton asking... I mean, Tyrone asking, why... Who to blame for no women's league? The government.
No, man, JFF, not the government.
It's like a foresight, because it takes investment to create a league, and if you don't get an instant return on investment, you feel like it's a loss.
But to play devil's advocate, Junior, not to defend the JFF, but to legitimately ask a question, which I think the JFF, can you round up 5 teams or 10 teams of 11 or 23 women for just start a league?
In Jamaica?
Yeah.
You can round up 5 teams of 23 women in Portmore.
Okay.
So is not you know where them drop the ball? And big up to my Uncle David. And Tyrone know my Uncle David from St. Mary's. You know from where, but before Tyrone time. He had a church team in Portmore. You know what? JFF, talk to me, because create a women's church league. Create a women's church league.
No, but Rodney Price, big up Rodney Price, brought up a very good point. Culturally, no one in Jamaica will watch women football. Can you say WNBA? Culturally, do we have a problem with watching Jamaican women's football? I mean, what was the turnout like for the game against South Africa? What year? Because that's a legitimate point. Will people watch the league? If people aren't going to watch it, we are creating.
Well, why? What is the numbers you expect? So financially, we have to know, so financially.
Yeah.
If it costs X to host a game, how many paying patrons do you need to pay to get tickets to come in and watch the game?
Yeah.
Then that will determine how many teams they can have. But again, start a church league, women's church league. There's a reason why I said that.
Why church league?
You guaranteed to have the whole church paying to come watch the game.
Well, a long time I don't go to church still. I'm not sure.
Guaranteed.
I don't even know if they would be okay with girls playing football, because some church very conservative in Jamaica, you know.
Well, that's why I said earlier that I thought I was hinting towards why them burning up Bonishaw. But why not try it? You don't know. You don't know until you try it.
Yeah, there's something there. And if you, because a long-term object, there's something there. If you genuinely say you want to compete in a women's football, you have to build something, right? And we saw the game, the Sabina Park game. I mean, it was a nice turnout with the Reggae Girls and they played at Sabina Park. I think it was prior to the World Cup. So maybe it's just where you have played the games. Maybe
but that was an event.
I was an event. Okay.
That's an event. That's a
yeah,
send
because
off.
them have a bag at, yeah.
So do this then. Like I wish I had the means. Why are we starting with a big league? Start with a 6-a-side tournament.
Yeah, start something. Now them have schoolgirls football. Because
but even in schoolgirls football, start small. You don't need big goals, 11 versus 11, 3-match referee, this, that. Start 6 versus 6. Start 7 versus 7.
I think them pass the points, Junior. Them have pretty close games in schoolgirls football.
Well, you can't say that now when them struggling.
Now the issue when we notice with the schoolgirls football is that there's just there's no competition. You have Excelsior, which is coached by the brother who used to coach a women's national team, which is, what's his name? Gilbert, Xavier Gilbert. So Xavier Gilbert recruited all of the ballers them. Now, and you and I, we watch some of the games. I mean, Excelsior beat sides 15-30 and all them things there. So it's nobody don't want to go watch other than family members I pitch them. And not even them want to watch them game there.
No, but but that is when the league is functioning. If you remove that and remove the need to try to recruit players, you don't need a 3-month league. Look on them and say, we're gonna have a Women's Day in sports, and we're gonna host a tournament where schools can submit and say, if you're interested, submit your interest. I bet we gauge it and see how many days we would really need for this tournament. Just if you have to start small. Rodney Price I said, if saying Jamaica need to take several seats, everything we want get involved in and not excelling at nothing. See how we are struggling lately in track. Don't get me started on track. Tigers start with the high schools. A girls farm of Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. That's where it should start. How will we know who's out there if we do not engage? Exactly. The engagement piece. I remember when I was in high school, Jamaica did have a girls football, high school football league.
So Jamaica are your sister school?
No, not my sister school. In Jamaica they did. There was a little league. I remember this girl with the bad, and we used to call her the female Walter Boy.
Okay.
She had shut down the whole league.
Yeah.
So, but I remember when I don't even know if that's when I remember when my high school played rugby. And if it's one sport in the world, you will say Jamaicans will never play rugby.
One bag of men over there jump on one another.
I used to call it rub me. Right? But yet, we got a team, a rugby player. Not me, I never played the game. But we had a team of rugby players.
So,
right?
Randy Price said Kingston is not Jamaica Junior.
Well, guess what? You start at Kingston. And if it grew, it grew. You start at Kingston.
Cornell College never play rugby.
Wait, what am I talking about? I think I'm talking about the women's team. The women's team.
Okay.
Because you never had a country team. And that's true. I don't think they never had much country teams in that.
Yeah.
But you had rugby playing all over Jamaica. We know that.
No. Not all over Jamaica, I think. Rugby never reach Westmoreland. No, rugby never reach Westmoreland.
But we just want to say, like, you can't, we want to start big.
Yes,
start small. Light a fire and see if the fire catch. If the fire out, then you say, yo, we tried our best.
Yeah. I mean, I guess without a league, you just have to continue your recruitment through the college sort of setup. But like Ty Gill said, how will you know who's out there? Because you will miss certain local players. And big and serious. I mean, we see a lot of local young girls who, I mean, they never really have other options, and it's because of the ball game thing. Them get a college scholarship. Now them have degree and them have a professional career in something other than football, and them can take care of themselves and probably improve their family. So there's opportunities out there. You just have to kind of figure out a way. And JFF, well, man, they can't even fix one thing, much less deal with two things simultaneously.
That is a rugby that play at town and some of the private schools are country. See there? Radley said everything is not for everyone.
It's talk about some of those private schools are country. Yeah.
Him know some of the rugby team them.
Oh, so Ty Gale used to play rugby.
I don't know.
Junior, were you on the rugby team?
Hell no. But my opening partner for my cricket team was a rugby player.
Okay. And
I made him open bat.
Nah, man, you can't tell the thing, man. All I know used to play for the rugby team, brother. There you did what? The center?
Oh, you do the position there, Paro. I mean, I do the position.
You don't watch NFL, they same thing.
Hell no, my brother, top nice, man.
Jamaican Premier League update, family, before we go, man, we had Portmore and Racing drew 1-1. Veer 2-1. Veer Phoenix United 2-1 over Shackleton. Waterhouse 3-2 over Dumbo Holden. By the way, big up to the family at Dumbo Holden. They did a Christmas fundraiser for seniors, raising money for the seniors in the area. What them call it, penalty for funds or something or the other. But kudos to Dumbo Holding and the entire football club and all the players. I think they raised quite a lot of money for the senior citizens in and around the neighborhood, to kind of enjoy them and the Christmas spirit. So kudos to Dumbo Holding. Even with all of that goodness in the neighborhood, Waterhouse fixed them up 3-2. Cavaliers 5-1 over Mullines. And Mobile United is leading Tivoli 3-2.
I guess you must be mad. Randy's the partner, Mr. But I have to think about what is some opening, but this is the partner.
But big up.
Why if you do that in partner? Yo, how I know. I only runs to put on when we get certain school. And big up Kingston College, big up KC, big up Ballard Samuels. Told did never want to play against me. Andrew Richardson. You remember Andrew Richardson?
Yeah, man,
him play for KC. We back against him. And we survive.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Well, if a fast bowler and gone.
Yeah, a fast bowler. But look at Indian boy, I thought about him both spin out. But it's all right.
And those are the views of Junior, not ball shot. Yo. Everything not. Ball spin around here. But at the top in the Premier League, in the Jamaican Premier League, Mount Pleasant, Theodore Tapper Whitmore and Mount Pleasant tied on 25 points with Waterhouse, Firehouse. Mount Pleasant has a game in hand. Mobile United up to third. Mullines and Chapelton at the bottom of the table. Junior, before we go my way out, there was a recent discussion about Richard King and how Richard King is not playing. Big up D-Wise, big up D-Wise wherever you're in the world. And Richard King, of course, I think got his debut with the Reggae Boys on the Tapper. And now there are discussions, or at least Oral Tracy and others are making proposals or suggestions that Richard King should be tried in the CDM role by the Reggae Boys. Junior, CDM, that is CDM role aside, forget that. If you want to chime in on that. But I noticed something between the Tapper era and these foreign coaches. There seems to be a discontinuation of players. Like, why Richard King is not a part and parcel of this whole setup under this new manager when he was such a good player when Tapas started him. I mean, we sung and watch Richard King and we say, yo, we'll find one for the future. And it's like, it's a youth who's kind of missing out of the groove, out of the old setup now. Do you see the similar sort of disconnect where occur transitioning from Tapas setup to the foreign managers? The man them come in and them hire them call a bag of English players, and rightfully or wrongfully, but there's a disconnect between what is built, those young players, Jamaican local based players like a Richard King, who could be valuable.
Wait, so you just proved the point that is that JFF picking the squad. That's all I'm going to say to that. I mean, well, why does Richard King need to play?
Why does Richard King need to play? Because he's he played well first and foremost when he debuted. He's been one of the most consistent centre backs in the Jamaican Premier League. And he's a good young and upcoming player, and he performed well under the previous manager in Tapa Moore. Versus you brought in a Mason Holgate who is experienced at the highest level but played like a bug.
And again, it just proves that JFF didn't pick the squad. But you can't tell a coach who pick who
yeah, it just dawned on me the other day. All right, another player, Kevin Lambert, that Tapa brought in the fold, and I was now we have this brother from Coventry City that plays CDM.
Latty
Bodier. I mean, come on, man. Come on, it's just. No, come on. There's a significant pivot once, and they should have built on the players that he had and just augment that with them local foreign players then.
So JFF, word to the wise. Your next coach, tell them that they need to build locally.
Yeah, man.
It's just that simple. Start with local players, they can add to it. Don't come in with a foreign mind itself. Jamaica for Jamaicans. Simple.
But it makes more sense, though. It makes more sense.
Look how Randy run right there. But say, do that quick one.
Yeah, we'll go over we had. Love, great discussion as always. Big up to all the family. Time for go over we had. Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse tied on 25 points in Jamaican Premier League. Mullines are tired for their relegation zone. Jaja. Every season, Mullines are close to relegation zone.
BM said, did you hear Butler's outburst talking about people he took care of, sell him out? Yeah, them drowning boat. Butler, right, yeah, one.
Yeah, me hear that. I will talk. Are you?
Yeah, Ty Gill says, yes, he needs to be in it, young and talented and enterprising. Randy said, Tapa try build something. These foreign coaches are trying to maximize their earnings. That's a big statement.
Yeah.
Tiger said, we don't need no McLaren type coaches. There has been no winning English manager. Well said. Gonna be on.
Time for go my yard, family. Big up to our listeners. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, big up to the people at I Am Jamaica. Big up as always. And again, if you don't have a rum cake sellers, people mom and pop selling rum cakes, drop the connects in the chat. We'll go ahead and add up some rum cakes. Junior, that to know.
Later.
Connect with us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on X and on Blue Sky. Big up to the family on Blue Sky or what name? Blue Sky Social or whatever. Big up to Yawd the Baller on Blue Sky Social for wall-to-wall coverage of Jamaican women's football. Ball Chat is also on Blue Sky. We're over there. Just search the word Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. You email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. TikTok ballchat_podcast. Gone a road now, family.
And we are 47 subscribers away on YouTube from the big jersey giveaways. And we'll give enough jersey. I promise that.
Yeah, we need arena jersey. We can't find arena jersey.
Later.
From the 90s.
That was for arena jersey.
Man, A Michael Graham, a Jim Dandy Graham jersey. You don't know them baller. Bengeleng jersey. You don't know them man there.
You're both a Calvin Valentine.
Calvin, well, I'm not going to say the word still, but Calvin Valentine. We're going and we are. Get some of them jerseys that we want to win around here.
And you know, they could do that. But yeah, 47 subscribers away. When we hit 500, that we're gonna do. We'll find some rare jersey and get them.
Yeah, man, we're gonna do some what they call it, classical or whatever them call it.
Yeah.
Look more family.